you need a shot creator. You got one for the veteran minimum, and you got one who excels in coming off the bench. Jordan Clarkson. Now, literally today, when we did the live to start free agency, I said, this is who the Knicks should get. I said this in February too. We may have even talked about this. I said this in February too. It was like, this is who they should get to come off the bench. And we had Stephen Bonnie today before this broke, and he actually broke the story before Shams did. He said the interest was real. It was just a matter of are they going to offer the veteran minimum or whatever. I'm surprised they got him for the veteran minimum, but I also think it's because they being Utah bought him out. So he's probably like, I'm going to keep X amount of money. I don't need like a lot, whatever. Like, just get me on a good team. But I love this fit. Heck.
Same, 100%. Jordan Clarkson is a name that Knicks fans have been wanting on this team, not just last year or the year before. For the past like 3, 4, maybe even 5 seasons, Knicks fans have been wanting Jordan Clarkson on the team. When the news broke, my girlfriend is the one that alerted me to it. She got the ESPN notification. Shout out to my girl. She's the best. But she's the one who let me know about it. And immediately I was like, oh, my God, this is a move that I'm 100% down for, especially when we look at the vet minimum. It still allows the Knicks to be furious, or it still allows the Knicks to maneuver around when it comes to their cap space because they're in their second apron as well. So I'm down for the Jordan Clarkson move. You know, Brian, the one thing, and me, you, and Dex, when we did the watch along over at the New York Post, the one issue that we have, what are the Knicks going to do when Jalen Brunson is on the bench? Where are the points going to come when Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns is not on the court at the same time? Because both OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges, I love both of them to death. I do love them, and I respect their game. They have not shown us consistently that they can be relied on to score game in and game out when Jalen Brunson and Cat is on the bench. That's just how I feel. I know Clarkson's a little bit up there in age, but he can still score with the best of them.
I think the other key is if you have someone backing up Jalen Brunson, you need that person to also be able to play with Jalen Brunson because there are going to be times where it's like, all right, you're just going to need the scoring. Jordan Clarkson is not a guy that you only want to play in the non-Jalen Brunson minutes because he's not a guy that plays just 12 minutes a game. That's not what he does. He's one of the best 6 men in the league, and that's what he's going to be in New York to do. So you're going to need him to run the second unit. You're going to need him to win the non-Brunson minutes, but you also need him to be able to play with Jalen Brunson when he's out there because there's going to be times where you're going to need to close with both of them. Like Josh Hart, you got to take a seat. This team needs to go offense, whatever. Still don't know who the coach is yet. There's rumors about Mike Brown. There's rumors about like Dawn Staley, which that one surprised me. I think Dawn Staley would be a great NBA head coach. I just don't get the sense she wants to be an NBA head coach. Otherwise, I feel like she'd be more vocal about that, especially because of everything she's accomplished.
I'm laughing because I would welcome it. I just saw the meltdown that was going on Knicks Twitter from all the grown ass men with neck beards complaining about it. But I would take her in a heartbeat, bro. Trust me.
They were like, bro, say psych. You know what I mean? Why not Becky Hammond instead or whatever? And it's like, bro, like Dawn Staley's, I think she's a Hall of Famer twice. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I don't think she's going to be the head coach. I think it might be Mike Brown. We'll see. But Clarkson's great. I thought this was a good move. The win is also not trading for him in February, apparently, because I thought they could have, but that would have cost like Mitchell Robinson and something. You actually just give him the minimum.
Save, no draft picks, no Mitch. You still have Mitchell Robinson, and you still got Jordan Clarkson, the guy that you wanted for some time now.
It's so interesting. I don't know what the rest of the team's going to look like yet. They still have some things that they can do in terms of movement, but man, the Jordan Clarkson move is a good one. Lou, they need to take pressure off Brunson. I agree. And also as Brunson does force some shots. Yeah, the ball sticks to his hand a little bit. I ain't gonna hold you.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
You know, it was very evident in the playoffs. I'll say that much. But I think Clarkson's a smart, wise move. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights checks in. Daniel, what is good? Let us know what you guys think. Not even just about Clarkson, just other moves because we're about to go around the league. Just another thing on Clarkson here.
Or if there's any moves that you want to see your team make, right? Yeah, I know a lot of us are probably Knicks fans that are in the chat, but if you guys are fans from any other team, drop
Nets
it in there.
fans
Who's your
too.
team? We got some Net fans maybe in the building. We got a Heat
RG.
fan. How you doing, RG? My man Rock Hot Take is in the building. Uncle Rock, how you doing? Hope all is well, fam. Salute to you, baby.
Let me hit Rock's comment first, and then we'll go to
ahead.
RG. Oh, because Rock is talking about Clarkson and RG. I'll get to. RG's a friend of the show. I got plenty of friends who are Heat fans because my guy Ethan runs 5 Reasons. So I'm in their Discord. They're pretty pissed off that the Heat haven't done anything, but I think that's kind of by design. Unfortunately, but we'll get to that in a second. Clarkson. What a Chuck, shaking my head. This is not the way. Now, he's kind of a Chuck, but hear me out. Hear me out. Coming off the bench in a 6-man role, this is kind of what it is in the NBA a lot of times. Is it always going to be efficient? No, but you need a shot creator. You got one for the veteran minimum, and you got one who excels in coming off the bench. I thought I read a stat from StatViews that said he has the most points off the bench in the league since 2020. Bobby Portis was also in that top 3. He was ahead by a lot too. That may be like check StatViews' Twitter account.
I got you.
See if we got that. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. So I like it from a creativity standpoint, playmaking standpoint. Defensively, it could be a little shaky, so we'll see how that goes. That's the thing with him and Brunson out there together. You better have like a defender in between the two. But I think it's a great low risk play, and if it doesn't work, it costs you nothing. For someone who's still a good NBA player, like a good NBA player, won't always be efficient, but this is a veteran minimum at the end of the day.
Yeah, there it is. Since 2020.
So this is one of the stats, and then there's the other one.
My fault. I feel stupid now. My apologies. I thought
he did. Look, he won 6 man of the year, and it said it there too. Most points off the bench since 2020.
Yeah.
Okay. I think the amount was 4,500 something crazy like that.
I'm looking it up right
Rock
now.
chimes in again. Totally makes a sense salary wise, but I just think he's a more consistent pain. He's definitely going to command attention on offense.
Now I want to ask you before we jump back into the graphic when it comes to Jordan Clarkson. Who would you rather be chugging up shots coming off the bench, Jordan Clarkson or hey, you already know where I'm going, or campaign?
Fair. Look at this list. Most points off the bench since 2020. Jordan Clarkson, 4,589. Malik Monk, who he's in the rumors. He might get traded. We'll see. 3,882, and Bobby Portis, 3,594. Bobby Portis re-upped with Milwaukee.
Yeah, that's somebody that I wanted the Knicks to try and go and get.
19 Conman NYC 84. That's a hell of a name.
Clarkson, my man, Conman.
Clarkson is a plus 800 points ahead of second on the list. And Rock says Clarkson's release is more palatable. Yeah, campaign's release could be frustrating. I go hold you. I love it though. I think it's great on the veteran minimum.
Yeah, I think when you compare Jordan Clarkson to Campaign, and no shade to Campaign, because I did love Campaign's energy off the bench, that relationship he had with Mikal Bridges. I think that helped Mikal Bridges ease into a lot of the pressure that Knicks fans was throwing onto him, having somebody that he was cool with on top of Jalen Brunson. But when you look at both Jordan Clarkson or Campaign, Jordan Clarkson has the resume over Campaign. Like that's who you want coming off your bench. Somebody who's a certified bucket, and that's Jordan Clarkson. Somebody that Knicks fans have been screaming for the front office to get for some years now. So I'm happy with it.
And just a real quick look at the salary cap table before we go around the league with more free agency talk. Clarkson's up here because it's not official yet, but veteran minimum, his veteran minimum will be short of $2.3 million. He's making less than Pacome Dadier this year. So, I mean, you'll take that, right? And just looking at it, like, I don't know what else they're going to do. We'll see. They have access to the taxpayer mid-level. It's not that much money. It's like $5 billion to play with, which you could split into multiple players. Obviously, there's trade avenues and things of that nature. But, like Deuce McBride, Jordan Clarkson with like Josh Hart, Mitchell Robinson, and OG Anunoby is maybe a lineup that you see. OG Anunoby would obviously start, but you're staggering at that point.
Yeah.
Like I think there's a lot of fun stuff you could do with Jordan Clarkson and his creativity. I don't want to oversell it either. Like there's going to be games where he's 3 for 12 and he's absolutely going to piss you off. Like that's just part of it. But you know, I think it's a win for them.
Now, somebody that I wanted the Knicks to get just because, shout out to Carl Anthony Towns, the big bodega. I'm trying to bring that Dominican sazon over here to the Garden. I wanted the Knicks to go after Al Horford, right? Before we got Jordan Clarkson, before it was official, I wanted the Knicks to go after Al Horford as a backup big man and use Mitchell Robinson in the trade to try to get Dante DiVincenzo back with the Knicks. That was my game plan coming into this conversation tonight with us.
So the Knicks are interested apparently. I saw that floating around on Twitter. If we want to pull that up, it was Knicks, it was Warriors, it was obviously the Celtics. Celtics want to try to have him retire in Boston, and I'm blanking on the other two teams, but they were like all pretty much contenders or aspiring contenders that are interested in Al Horford, which I found interesting.